Hey, welcome to Near Shores Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Well, the silver market, precious metals market, did as expected. The bankers changed the rules, threw themselves a lifeline, and forced the downplay, the downselling, the price of silver down from a high of $83 for a minute, selling now spot market for $72, $73 an ounce. A lot of people are saying, oh, I just lost a ton of money. You didn't lose anything. And I'll tell you why. First off, there's two types of markets. The COMEX, which is controlling or was controlling the price of precious metals, is now separated out. There's no more linkage or very little linkage. They can't do anything about it. You go to the markets right now in Shanghai, the actual spot price is hovering around 85 to 87-ish an ounce. Whereas here in the United States, the spot price is $72, $73 an ounce. So you're saying, why don't we just buy up all the silver? You know, corporations buy up the silver, ship it to China, cover $14 profit, and call it a day. Well, I'll tell you why. Because starting January 1st, China is no longer exporting silver without a license, and they're not issuing licenses. As a matter of fact, they're revoking licenses. China is the number 2 producer of silver in the world. All right, so they're hoarding that now. Because of the downsizing, let's say, the COMEX got rid of spot investors trying to make a quick buck, selling or buying more than what they actually was, and then having to turn around and sell it to speculators, thus creating a shortage of actual physical silver, which caused the problem on the market. People are saying, I want my money. I want to hold it. I want to do it. And that got them in a bind because they oversold it and there wasn't enough commodities in the supply chain. So they had to force the price reduction, causing people to say, well, you know, the bubble burst. I lost my money. I'm going to sell it and liquidate as planned, putting a bunch of silver back on the market wholesale. JP Morgan is sitting on over 2 million ounces of silver, and they just bought more at a reduced price, thanks to the people that overplayed their hand. Now, what does that mean to you? Well, unless you're a major corporation like Elon Musk, who is crying, you know, in his soup saying, I can't make my Teslas without all the silver, and silver's so expensive, he just got a big windfall. Same with solar panels and everything else. They just got a huge windfall by reducing the price of silver, $14 an ounce. Elon Musk also just picked up tons of silver to make the electric cars. Okay, so this is all a big mirage, all a big money play, scaring the banks and the short-term investors into selling off. JP Morgan, like I said, just picked up thousands more at a $14 profit and is now sitting on over 2 million ounces. Now you're saying, okay, you just mentioned China isn't going to sell anymore, you know, export anymore, sell it for a $14 profit, call it a day. They'll pay you in yuan, but you still got to get your money out of China, and they're not allowing you to export money. So if you sell it to China in bulk, they're going to keep it, and you're going to lose your money because you're stuck on yuan, the Chinese dollar, that you can't get out of the country. That's why the corporations, the speculators, aren't selling it to China or doing anything else. Plus, Trump also is now withholding silver from exporting as well. It was a mirage on paper. This is all paper crisis, all right? Covering people who overbought, oversold, and couldn't cover their behinds. Now, if you were to go out to the coin dealerships or the bullion, SD Bullion or Noble Gold or whoever you want to buy for in bulk, you check their prices. They're still at $83 an ounce. That hasn't changed the physical price of silver. The crisis was created by bankers, speculators, Wall Street, which almost caused a major collapse. They changed it. They caused people to sell and get out of the market, which is what they want. That has not changed the price of silver. And I am still urging you, out of every paycheck, buy 1, 2, whatever you can afford. They're not making any more silver, folks. They can print dollars all day long. They're not making any more silver. All right? It's walking liberty. This is actual security. Long-term investment. And now that we've seen $83 an ounce, and once things settle down this week between Christmas and New Year's Day, it's a dead zone. After the first of the year, you will see the actual physical price of silver go up more. Now is the time to buy silver with what you can, with what you have, and just put it away. Zip the lip, put it away. And save it. Sit on it. This is your security for preparation for when the real troubles hit. The world is going to go south very quickly. Just like prior to World War II, with Japan fighting over rubber, tin, nickel, steel, oil with the rest of the world and putting embargoes on it, and they're moving into the Philippines for the rubber plants and all this other stuff. The same thing is going to repeat itself here. There is going to be a war over minerals and supplies, as well as food. The cryptocurrency is a mirage. It's for speculators and high volatility. You want something you can hold in your hand for a rainy day and say, okay, how many ounces does it take to get me through the next trouble? You make that decision. Silver has gone up over 100% in the last 6 months. It's going to continue to increase and hold its value. Once all these speculators are forced out of the market, which COMEX just did, the paper buyers, the paper sellers, now it opens the door for you. You could go to any coin shop and say, hey, price of silver spot is $73. What have you got for that? They're going to tell you nothing. They're going to tell you we're still holding steady at $80 an ounce, maybe $85, and we're going to sell it to you for that because they know if they drop the price of silver down to the volatile spot market of $73 an ounce, and next week it's back up to $80, $85, they've lost money. They're going to hold steady at $80 an ounce or more. $100 will be achievable by next year. This right here is your get out of jail free card when you start stocking it up, holding on to it. This will trade for food, medicine, whatever, shelter, safe transportation, or your vacation should nothing ever really happen. You're buying it now on the bet that it's going to increase in value, and it's not being made anymore. As a matter of fact, people are starting to hoard it. Countries are not sending it out anymore. Corporations are buying it direct from the miner and saying, we're going to bypass all the brokers and we're going to go straight to the source, the silver mines, and they're going to offer prices to the miners saying, we will buy up all your production for 2026. You name your price, we'll pay it. That's Elon Musk, the solar panels, AI, everybody else. So I'm just advising you, as a prepper, a hedge against inflation. They've printed too much money here in the United States for a long time. We're way over the tipping point. It is only a matter of time before somebody says, I'm no longer going to value the dollar as my main source for buying oil. They've already tried that. The BRICS has already tried that, and they're succeeding. Now, countries are linking it to precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and everything else. Oil is up today. Gold didn't move but $4 downwards. That tells you something. They created the crisis. They had to bail themselves out or else it would all collapse. They've only delayed the inevitable. Silver is going to be over $100 an ounce, and I am suggesting to you now, if you can, an ounce of every paycheck, whatever you can afford, buy it and stay with the name stuff. Walking Liberty, Canadian Maples, Britannia's, the Mexican Onza. Stay with the name brand. Don't go off on all this Star Wars, silver, and everything else. Stay with that. You'll be good. All right? That's my advice to you. The economic reset is going to happen, and it's going to be in precious metals, and then it's going to be all out, everyone for themselves. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Just wanted to bring that to you. Been watching the markets all day. Silver is downward, forcing the speculators out. Once they're all cleaned out, after the first of the year, it's going to spike back upwards. Mark my words. Greg out.